Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
And got the belt, and now we're back to the drawing board. But let me cue this up for you. This is Jaylen Brown because he's I think he's the vice president of the NBA Players Association.
Yep.
I don't know. Did you see this already?
Yeah, I seen it, but you could go ahead and press play anyway.
You responded to Tsai's comment about Kyrie on Twitter. What about that bothered you? And what about Tsai's comment? And then what, if anything, that the league has done has bothered you?
Yeah, his response was alarming to me. I tweeted it out yesterday. He didn't say that the organization was working together to get Kyrie back on the floor. He said that he had more work to do. And our society has more work to do, including Tsai. And it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with, who they're doing business with, and who they're affiliated with. And I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. And to see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Tsai say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation. And Adam came out and said a statement that he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, yet he's still suspended indefinitely. So those are my thoughts.
So what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like what should be the response?
I said this before. I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between what somebody says versus what somebody posts, and I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. The terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media, voice some of their discomfort with that, and we've yet to hear what is the latest with that situation. It's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So, I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on to just see what is going to come of this situation.
So as far as with the Jaylen Brown comments on the Kyrie situation, I commend him. I commend a lot of people right now. Of course, you had Dr. Umar Johnson actually scolding Shaq, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. He didn't say Jaylen Brown, but I felt some type of way about Jaylen Brown when he actually, decided to leave Donda Sports because what Kanye said in regards to this situation. Kanye and Kyrie is kind of tied together because both of them are speaking of one community, having control of certain things or having control of everything. So, to see Jaylen Brown actually speak up for Kyrie, saying that this is excessive. Him, other players are complaining. I see Stephen A. even is complaining now. Of course, they feel like they gotta say, he said something wrong. But then they double back and be like, he said sorry already, which is true. Why are we still having him out? I mean, it's been 5 games already. I said it was 5 games. Now it's 7 games already of him not being able to play. He's suspended indefinitely. So when you have somebody like that, and I may be getting a little bit of it confused because I seen his interview and I also seen Stephen A's interview, because both of them was speaking the same thing, saying this is excessive. He basically did what he did, apologized for it, put out a apology. You may not like the apology, but he still said sorry. He still apologized for it. What else do you want him to do? Not just that, but when you do this, you're basically showing the world that he was right on what he was speaking on, meaning Kanye and Kyrie, because both of them speaking on the same thing. Now, again, Kyrie's came on his origin. He wants to know about his history, but you're still talking about the same people. When you're talking about Kanye, Kanye's talking about the same thing. He's not talking about Hebrew Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, none of that. But he's saying that these individuals run everything, and they can blackball you. They can take everything from you. They can, humiliate you and make people turn their back on you. They can kill you. I seen something where he said they sacrificed his mom. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so normally if I'm thinking they sacrificed your mom, they didn't have a part in that. They're not just going to sacrifice your mom just to sacrifice your mom. Or maybe they killed your mom because you didn't want to do something that they wanted you to do. Meaning you probably wanted to do this, what you're doing right now, years ago. I don't know. I'm not one of those individuals behind that. But to see what Jaylen Brown, I don't know if he's speaking up because he's the vice president of the players union. I don't see these other players that he's talking about, because if they really want to, if black people really want to make a difference, do the same shit you did in the bubble. You remember when when Milwaukee said we're not playing because of what happened when that I think some officers killed someone in Milwaukee, something like that. Yeah. I think it was just a few years ago, 2 years ago, whatnot.
It was like
as a collective, yes, same thing. As a collective, guess what happened? They protest the NBA, and the NBA like, hold up. Majority of the NBA is black. For all the players, it's not playing. We lose. We lose everything. You can have these sponsors and everything, but everybody's not going to see certain individuals. They're not going to see individuals like a Steve Kerr. They're trying to go see LeBron. They're trying to see Zion. They're trying to see, these athletes. You know what I'm saying? I look at the situation and I feel like he may have been, even though it seems sincere, I don't know if he's really sincere. I don't know if he's doing that, like I said, because he's the vice president. I want
to point out more about him, because what he said, he's kind of being critical of the Nets owner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the Nets owner, which is Joe Tsai, right? He's pretty much saying, look, everybody has a lot of work to do. He says, society has a lot of work to do. And he says, Joe Tsai has a lot of work to do. And he quoted saying, look, it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with and who they're doing business with and who they're affiliated with. Now, a lot of people are saying that's a shot directly at the Nets owner, because the Nets owner is the owner of Alibaba, right? And Alibaba does a lot of pretty much most of their business is with China, and China is currently going through a genocide with the Uyghur Muslims. You know what I mean? So he's kind of telling this guy like, yo, calm down, like look at yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep, that too, and plus, a lot of your sponsors are Jewish. You're in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you control the media, like, ain't New York and California number 1, number 2 in media? You know what I mean? Probably California with the movies and stuff, but if you want breaking news and all this, I think all that coming from New York. So I just think that the owner is trying to save face to all his friends, which he being loyal, but when you have a business like that, you can't do certain things like that. You can't not want me to work, and I didn't do anything to technically get fired. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up on time. I'm practicing. I'm playing the games. You know what I'm saying? I remember a time where, I was watching Muhammad Ali, a few of Muhammad Ali's speeches. You see that when he was doing that, they hated him. But now they consider him the greatest because he spoke up behind certain things that he stood on, going to the war and other things. this is the same shit that's gonna happen to Kanye and Kyrie. Because in the moment when everybody's full of emotion, everybody's blinded. But when you sit back, relax, time passes, and you really see and listen to what that individual was saying, now you're going ahead and seeing the fruits of the labor, and you're praising him. When it comes to Muhammad Ali, I don't, he have the Parkinson's. I don't know if that's something that a lot of people gonna say it came from boxing. Some people gonna say they did that to him because of what.
That shit came from boxing. That shit came from
Again, Chris, I agree. You know what I'm saying? But remember, like I said with Marcus, man, I'm open to every theory and every this, that, and the other. They say,
if you're open to every theory.
No. Like I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm gonna say what you just said. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, hear it, and just be like, pretend I ain't hear it. I'm gonna give you a reaction. We both agree.
Now, who is they when you said they gave Muhammad Ali Parkinson's? Who's they?
I don't know. That's what they said. I don't know. The powers that be, the individuals like. I remember you with the Easy E thing, how you get AIDS and die in like a week or 2 weeks. Things like that just don't make sense is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali getting Parkinson's from blows to the head makes sense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of things that make sense when you find out later, you're like, damn. So again, I don't know. Same thing I was telling Marcus too. I don't know. But again, at the end of the day, these individuals, even Khalid Muhammad, the one that I shared that video with you earlier, he died miraculously. You know what I'm saying? Like how? It's just those people that speak out. Even with Kanye saying, they're gonna try to kill me, they're gonna try to do this, that, and the other. Like, people could say it's a theory, it's him going crazy. But when you have multiple different people that speak up and they wind up dying, I don't care if you be like, oh, it's gang related, the Tupac situation, and that's kind of shaky too. There's all different type of stories. When it comes to the Malcolm X story, there were so many different stories. When it came to Martin Luther King, so many different stories. Supposedly Jesse Jackson helped, get him killed. It's always, like not a clear cut, this is what happened, boom, boom, boom. It's always some type of mist or cover.
Well, nothing is clear cut. Even if you was to see video, you're gonna be like, all right, like something don't add up. You can have clear cut video of somebody killing somebody, and somebody comes with a conspiracy theory, and you're gonna be like, oh well, that kind of that might make some sense. You see the person kill the motherfucker, you're like, oh, but hold on, maybe some other shit, a magical bullet, or fucking somebody put them behind it.
You know how people be saying they Gucci Man a clone, Kodak Black a clone. Oh, this person, I don't know. Is it possible? I see they cloned other things. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't have enough money to know them type of things.
Yeah,
but again,
it's impossible.
I don't think it's impossible neither, because they cloned animals. They cloned like a pig not too long ago or something like that. So if you could do, and I hear they were trying to clone a woolly mammoth. I'm like, you trying to bring that motherfucker back? Like, what's going on? Like, why do we need a woolly mammoth? Regardless of the fact, we're human. We got minds, and our minds make a lot of things happen. We're on live. We got cell phones. We got, like you would have never thought that years ago when we were younger. We used to see on the Jetsons, they used to have what we're doing now, but on the phone, and we're doing it now. So, possibilities is open for everything with us. That's why when it comes to these controversial topics, I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. You only know what you know. Shout out to Jaylen Brown for sticking up to for Kyrie. But again, that's your job as the vice president of the Players Association. Now, what happened to CP3? Why your bitch ass ain't saying nothing? Huh? Oh, you don't want to get pulled from Jake Paul, that State Farm commercial. You don't want certain things to get pulled away from you. Like, come on, man. Where that shows how you is. You like, damn, I'm about to retire soon. Like, I'm about to be out of the public eye view. Like, why fucking speak now? Yeah, like, nah, let me shut the hell up so I could go out with my money. I could do other things, you know, because if I speak up now, I'll probably lose a lot of things. At least with Jaylen Brown, his ass could, if he get backlash, he's gonna be in the NBA for a while. People gonna probably forget that and this, that, and the other. I'm about to retire right now. Let me let me don't say nothing so I could go ahead and land on my feet. So it just shows a lot of character in Jaylen Brown part, and it shows you a lot about CP3 right now during this situation because you're the president. What's going on?